Country 103.5 and Spence and Dougie show, a little bonus duty today. Dougie?
Yeah, absolutely no problem working late today because we have a very special interview. We are live with Jason Nix. How are you this morning?
Good morning, man. I'm doing great.
Pleasure to
Cannot
talk
complain.
with you. Love all that naughty pine in the background, by the way.
Thanks, man. It's mom and dad's. This is the only place I got a 1 year old little boy, so it's the only place I could lock myself in and not hear anything except you guys. So I had to tuck myself away.
I really need a room like I have a 4-year-old daughter, and so I completely relate, and I need a room like that. So
Look, if I could pad the walls, I would do that too and put a deadbolt on the outside because sometimes it's like just I need a place to
absolutely.
breathe. But it is what it is.
Well, pleasure to talk with you. You're going to be coming to town next month as a part of a really neat event.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I was just saying I haven't seen these guys since the ACM, so it'll be really good to see some buddies. It's funny, I wound up seeing my friends outside of Nashville more than I see them in town. So
Yeah, we're talking about the Quick Trip Bend of the River Fall Festival. That's going to be at Minnesota State Mankato. That coming up on September 17th. And tell me a little back history about yourself and how you got involved with music and your passion for writing and playing country music.
man, I think well, it all started with my dad, and I think in a lot of ways music is kind of a disease, but I it was just something that I felt like it's a common thread through every musician. That when you hear their story, I feel like it's something that they grew up doing, or felt like they say that they something that they have to do. So I didn't really. I moved out of the house when I was 17 and moved back to Nashville from southern Mississippi, where I grew up, and I was born in Nashville. So I was like, well, because my dad was up here playing, and so I got back as soon as I could, and then started doing music professionally. Then, if you could say that, professional musician sometimes includes it's slash homeless, also. But it was a rough go there for a while, but this is 17 years in Nashville, back. So yeah, I started. I guess I could say I truly started back in 2005 when I moved back here.
yeah, I thought that was kind of one of the neat things was you were actually born in Nashville, and then moved away. So you kind of did it actually backwards than everyone else, but then you moved back to Nashville. So
Right, right, yeah. Well, my parents thought it was important for me to be around my grandparents, and I'm glad that they did. And my dad made it. Both my parents made a sacrifice for me to be able to do that, and then you know shows you what I really think about them. I just left as soon as I could. But
sure.
it was great. I'm very thankful to have been able to do that and have time with my family as much as I
So
could.
whereabouts in southern Mississippi were you living? I kind of know
Yeah.
the area a little bit. So
So the closest town was Brookhaven, and I went to a little high school. Well, they called it an attendance center. I started going there when I was uh, in kindergarten. So it was K through 12, and I graduated 52 people, and it was but Brookhaven was the closest town, and so Southern Miss down in Hattiesburg was the closest college, and
yeah,
but yeah, yeah,
that's
it
where
was
my parents actually lived. Between yeah, down by Hattiesburg in
yeah,
Laurel.
yeah, down on 49. I know it well. I used to tear those roads up, man.
Yeah, we landed at the airport in Kiln, and I actually it was Bob's Bank Bait Shop and Airport.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and you survived. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's a feat
and
that
pretty
you've
much
overcome.
a Brett Favre museum down there.
Oh yeah, it's that was like the highlight of driving down. Well, this is where Brett used to live, and it's just a huge white wall along the highway, and like,
Yeah,
well, I can't see anything. But yeah, Brett Favre is he's still the man down there.
Well, tell me about your writing process. Did you always write? When did that kind of click for you? And has that just kind of always been a passion? You love writing songs and hearing these
No,
things in your head.
man, that writing was an accident. I was watching Austin City Limits when I was 12. I remember this, and there was a guy named David Wilcox that came on, and he played this song called "Start with the Ending." And as a as a 12-year-old, I was like, wow, that is brilliant. And so I started writing songs, just awful, man, so bad. As a 12-year-old, you don't really have much to write about, but it started there. It's David Wilcox's fault that I ever picked up a pen and tried to put it on paper. And I still haven't met him. I really want to meet him. But even so, when I moved to Nashville, my goal was to be an artist, and I was working with this label that was like under the umbrella of EMI, and it was actually like a pop rock thing, and I'm so glad that didn't work out either. But after that, I started playing guitar for Kane Smith. I played for Chase Rice. We were on tour with Sugarland back in 2012 and got to do a lot of really cool stuff. But that was all an accident too. I did that because the artist thing wasn't working out, and writing kind of happened the same way, and messed around and won Song of the Year last year. So it's man, my life is it's been wild. But I'm super thankful. But I'm happy to finally be getting to do what I moved here,
Yeah.
almost 20 years ago to do. So
We'll
just
talk
took some
about
time.
that. Talk about that quick. Things a man ought to know. How cool was that to have that as?
Insane, man. It was insane, and I'm so happy for Lainey. She's one of the best humans I know, and if for anybody who's listening, I think a lot of her dad is in the ICU right now. So if y'all pray, send a prayer for him. And but yeah, I'm proud of her, and I don't know. I feel like she's family in a lot of ways. We speak the same language. But yeah, that day was truly a gift, man. It's the one thing I have learned from writing songs is there's some days you walk in the room and you really have to work really hard at it, and there are other days where you come in and it's almost like it just it falls like manna from heaven, man. It's like you don't know what's happening, but the words are just coming out, and it's easy and it's right. And that was one of those days. It was a lot of fun, man. And so I can't. It's like you can't. Yeah, I'm just grateful I was in the room. It was yeah, it was a really good day. I don't know how else to put it, and it sounds so cheap to put it like that, but it's almost like, well, we had a great title and three great writers, and but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a good song. I've written plenty of really bad songs with really, really great writers, and yeah, it was just a gift, man. It was a good day, and I am super thankful for it. Definitely changed my family's life for sure.
Well, and that reminds me, congratulations out to you. You are nominated in the 34th Annual Music Row Awards for Breakthrough Songwriter of the Year this year, right?
Thank you, man. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I had a buddy from college that I hadn't heard from in years text me and said, "Congratulations!" And I think, "Oh God, what did I do now?" And I'm like, I'm sure something. Thought it was awful, and he was being facetious, knowing him. But yeah, I had no idea. People told me, but yeah, it's such an honor to be recognized by other songwriters. It means more than some of these other awards that collect dust. If that makes any sense.
So
I'm
what
sure.
can we look forward to when you're on stage here in Mankato? Because you've got some really cool, interesting. There's a song called Marijuana that's got a little bit of an edge to it.
Just a little. It's actually so. It will be. I can't promise anything except that I'm gonna have a good time. That's it. So, marijuana is actually the start of this entire concept record that we're doing. So we're doing it in a strange kind of way. We're putting them out in a random order, and but the point of it is they should all stand alone as songs by themselves, and at the end I'll put them on chronological order. But it's actually not about the devil's lettuce. It's not really about the devil's lettuce. It's about this girl named Mary, because I couldn't say her real name. So
So you're luring people in with a little play on words, perhaps a little.
you know what? Yeah, if people choose to partake and enjoy or not enjoy that kind of thing, that's up to them. It's not my call. So
But it's such a neat thing too, because you're using such a strong female protagonist in your song. Where, I mean, that's kind of the movement that we're seeing a lot of right now, is the strong woman in country music. And I think that I was doing a little bit of reading up on it, and just how, like you said, it's a concept thing, and she's kind of like the center point of it. But just that strong woman character is such a great idea and inspiring to a lot of people.
well, that wasn't intentional, but thank you. I think that it's true that whether men want to admit it or not, it's women who are driving the boat. I mean, why does a man do anything? I don't work 14 hours a day for myself. You
Amen.
know, so there it's I think, yeah, women are powerful. So you know and there's, I think, in country music, especially in my very, I don't have many friends, but I do have a few, and most of them, and the artist slash songwriting community are all women, and I truly believe that, um, like we had in the '90s, we're about. I think there's going to be a flood of country music women to come in and help change the game as far as music goes, and I can't wait. Personally, I'm excited. I love hearing what they're writing and things that they're about to come out with and release, and it's some of the it's some of my favorite music, some of the best music I've heard in the last 10 years. So
Yeah, and I did a little bit of Facebook stalking on you, and you've re-released that song "Marijuana," the acoustic version, and
yes,
it's posted like a dozen times right in a row, and I think people are reposting it. I love that version; it is fantastic.
thank you, man. My I Chip Matthews did an incredible job with these tunes, and I actually recorded. I need to send you the original version anyway. But I did all of it here. I sent the tracks out for drums or whatever and got them back and mixed everything here. And my mix was so bad, it's awful. You don't want to hear that. But Chip Matthews is a genius. All that to say, that's that'll probably. I lean more that way if I do it live usually, but I appreciate that. Thank you. I
Yeah,
like it. That's
absolutely.
kind of how it came out when we wrote it. So.
Well, we are looking forward to seeing you here next month, and thank you for agreeing to allow us to air your entire set. By the way,
Oh man, hey, I didn't know that, but I'm excited about it.
they
It's
didn't tell you
Surprise!
cool.
that. Yeah, well,
Hey, I don't care. It's
they
great.
gave us permission
I
to.
guess that means I need to put pants on when I play my show. That's
We
usually my
don't hear,
gimmick.
so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
whatever. It's radio. You can't see your pants down there.
Well, that's why I have a yeah. Well, I'll leave that joke up here.
I
Okay.
meant to ask you that before we started, but
Yeah.
okay. Well,
So I guess the
I'll
other
stand
thing though
up.
too is besides a really big part of this festival that's on September 17th, there's a huge cornhole tournament. You guys call it cornhole, the beanbag?
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a beanbag thrower?
I'm not a cornholer.
No, you're not, huh?
I'm not.
Then
I'm
you'll fit
not.
right in with us because we've been running some promos where we've been throwing and we're not good.
Oh,
horrible.
okay. Well, then I was gonna say it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna play, but I just need to find the right people. That's
Yeah, we will.
usually yeah.
We'll put out the official challenge to you then. We'll
Well,
play a game of cornhole.
Perfect.
Yes,
if you play
Perfect.
against us, you have a good chance of winning.
very much so.
I don't know. I
And you
think
may be terrible. I don't know.
oh yeah, I'm bad. I'm pretty bad. And I played baseball up until I graduated, and it's not the same, man. It's like baseball
Yeah.
and golf. Like
Amen.
there's like it's golf that you can't do. It's nothing alike. I don't know what I'm trying to say except that I'm bad at cornhole.
Jason, such a pleasure to talk with you. Where can people find out more details about you and download some of your music?
You can download music on Apple. It's anywhere via social media is going to be Jason Nix Music, and you spell it with an X, not like Stevie with the
Gotcha.
CK. Mine is NIX.
Gotcha.
But you can listen on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Napster. You can phone a friend, get them to email you a track. It's everywhere under Jason Nix, and we're getting ready to put some new music out as well here, just right around the corner actually. So you'll have more options than Marijuana, and there's other tunes there too.
Very cool.
Very fantastic.
Jason, thank you for your time. Have safe travels, and we'll see you in just over a month from now.
Spence, Dougie, thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for having me this morning. We'll see you guys soon. We'll play
talk.
some cornhole.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you, Jason.
See ya.
Okay, we are